I am Rebekka and I am your guide in this video. So in this video, it's more about what are the basics of yoga. And today I want to share with you the basics in regards to the body, mostly, things to know as you enter the other videos and the other practices. And through yoga, if you watched the first video where I shared what yoga was, it's about connection. It's moving the body with the breath for many folks. And within that, if you kind of peel back the layers of all these postures, the focus on the spine is really a big part of yoga, if not the big part of yoga. And if you think of your spine and feel into your spine right now, so it's in a way a line of symmetry in the body, but as you lift the head and you feel into what is the spine, it's holding us up, the spinal cord is within, so the highway of the nervous system is sending information throughout the whole body. So if we have a slouched posture or a scrunched spine, that pathway is not as clear. So within yoga, it's about clearing the spine, opening up the nervous system, which ultimately is opening up the whole body, your ability to do everything that you can do with your brain and your body. When you think about the spine, also know that there are natural curves. So even as you're sitting here, if you're sitting up tall, your spine has waves to it. If you've heard of the lumbar spine, a lot of folks know of the lumbar spine, the lumbar portion of the low back, so that kind of dips in, and your spine actually weaves all the way up to where your head sits on top of the spine, near your neck there. So you have your heavy head all day, just propped up on the spine. So right now, just check in with where is your head in space. If you've been spending a lot of time on the computer, even right now, I find for me, I tend to get a little forward. So it's this constant action throughout the day of drawing the head back or even placing a hand behind the head to have something to press into. And at the same time, think of growing up through the crown of the head. Having just a slight tuck of chin to chest. So oftentimes then the head can move in different places. You want to feel what neutral is, and that'll also line up the back of your spine. So that is a neutral spine. That's a nice place to start. And then through all the shapes of yoga, all the different postures, the spine can make 6 main movements. And a thorough yoga practice will take your spine through all of these 6 movements. And the other thing to know is that you're doing these 6 movements every single day, one way or another. When you're in your car and you're reaching into the back seat, or you're reaching for something on the top shelf, we're doing these things, we're looking upwards. So the spine moves and the body follows. So I want to guide you through some real simple practices here to warm up the spine. So first, as you come to a seat, you could be seated on the floor, up on a chair. You can plant your feet flat on the ground. Lift up through the crown of your head and feel neutral as you might invite the chin a little more towards the throat. And begin to breathe more presently. So you can breathe into the nose. You feel the belly expand. And exhale through your nose or your mouth. Take several deep breaths here at your own pace. As we move through the first 2 patterns, and keep your hands on your thighs, you can move the arms. I'll give you a couple different options. As you roll the shoulders back, lift your chest upward. Feel the belly moving forward. You'll breathe in. And exhale, draw navel to spine, tuck the chin towards your chest, and hollow out your back. Ever seen a cat arch its spine? It's a cat back in yoga. Feel the inhale, draw the heart forward and up, gaze goes up. And exhale, belly in, round the spine, shoulders intentionally round forward. If you'd like to add the arms, you draw the elbows back. Inhale, lift the chest, squeeze behind the heart. Exhale, reach the arms forward, navel to spine, drawing the chin down. Take another cycle. Inhale, lifts the chest. Exhale, reach forward, rounding the spine. As you come back through to center, just reflect on those 2 motions. So that was an extension through the chest and flexion through the back. Those are 2 of our 6 patterns. So the next 2 patterns are lateral side bends. So anytime you're leaning sideways, or if you're sitting in a chair, it's like you want to reach down and pick something up off the floor. Option to lift your arms overhead, that you do not have to, but feel your spine lifting up. You're in neutral. You breathe in and exhale to your right. Let your right arm come down, left arm comes up and over. Inhale, lifts up through center. And exhale, lean to your left. Left arm may come down. If it's too much on the shoulders to have the arms in the air, the arms could stay down. But feel how it's your whole torso leaning, not just leaning your head, the whole torso and spine, like a piece of bamboo curving to the right. Inhale through center and exhale to the left. Taking one more cycle in each direction. Coming up. Exhale, lean to your right, with or without the arms. Inhale through center. And exhale to your left. All right, as you come back through to center, you've just done lateral side bending, so 2 more of our 6. So we've done 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you think the last 2 are? They're twisting. You're right. So twisting. So anytime you're twisting, you have twisted many times in your days. So we want to twist with intention here. Starts with a lifted spine. So if you picture each little vertebra of your spine, if they're scrunched, it's pretty hard and also a little dangerous to try to twist. So first, create lots of lift and length. Zoop, straight on up. So breathe in. And exhale, turn to your right. Start to feel the belly, the chest, the ribs turning right. Now, arms or no arms. You could have the hands free, or if you're in a chair, you could reach your right hand back. Left hand may touch the thigh. Keep everything lifted as you untwist through center. Breathe into the middle. And exhale to your left. And notice it's not just your head, but it's ribs, it's the chest, it's the shoulders, rotating left. Then the head may keep going. Inhale through center, room to add the arms. If you'd like to reach overhead, exhale, squeeze through the belly and revolve to your right. Come through center, breathe in, hips, belly forward, eyes forward, and exhale, rotating to your left. So the hips are fixed. You can feel how the base of your spine isn't moving from where it is, but you're rotating along that axis. You take 1 more to the right. The head can keep going like an owl, looking over the right shoulder. Come through to center, breathe in. Take 1 more turn to your left. As you come through to center, just relax. So those were all 6 movements that your spine likes to make. Starting in neutral, you did lifting, extending and flexion. You did right and left side bending, and you did twisting right and left. So even if you just did what we just did, that was a full yoga practice. Essentially just removing the spine, creating more clarity from your brain to your body, letting that nervous system highway be open and clear. The other things I'd like to point out in this video on basics, your fingers and your toes, your hands and your feet. So as you get into the other postures, you're going to have your hands and your feet in everything that you do, but having attention. So whether the posture is engaging the feet and bringing a lot of awareness to the feet or not, the posture continues throughout your whole body. So I'd like to offer that now because you're going to be learning a lot of other things, going through a lot of other shapes. So to at least have in your awareness, and what are my hands doing? What are my feet doing? So if you look at your palm right now and you spread your fingers really wide, notice first if your fingers want to coil in, or if you've been doing a lot of typing or texting or things with the hands. And when's the last time you really stretched your fingers wide, got your knuckles moving around? It's also really healthy for your joints. Just keep everything supple. And then also your wrist. Rotate through the wrist. And as you look at your hand, if you bring both of your palms together and push, there's like a suction cup centered to the palm. So you can push and push all day long, and there's always going to be at least a little gap inside. And you want to feel that every chance you get. Just opening the hands, feeling like there is that suction cup there, present at all times. And in some styles of yoga, you'll be cued to squeeze the fingers together. That's great too. There's a lot of different ways to use the fingers and the hands. But I think ultimately just knowing what are they doing. Can you have your attention go all that through your fingertips? So if you were doing something like this, and then you lost the hands, there's just a little disconnect. Stretch out through the arms, spread the fingers. Same thing goes for your feet. So if you take a peek at your feet or my foot, and spread your toes wide. If you haven't done that in a while, spread the toes, wiggle your ankle around. You don't have to pick it up that high, you just have it off the floor. But if you spread your toes just like you spread your fingers, and you stretch the arch of your foot, stretch the sole of your foot. What sort of shoes have you been wearing lately? If there's any heels in the shoes, what's it like to have the feet flat on the floor? And so you can feel from heel to ball of foot. So you've got your heel, you've got ball of foot, ball of foot. So you can see how that makes a triangle type shape, or sometimes you'll hear more of a rectangle. But either way, it's connecting those points. And as you spread and lift your toes, your arch is active. And even if you think you have a flat foot, you don't have a flat foot. Everybody has at least a little arch. So if you have your feet on the floor, you lift and spread your toes, and just notice the heels, the balls of the feet, the arch is lifting. And you could have your toes lifted and spread, get them really stretched open, even your little pinky toes, and then let them land on your mat. Are you able to keep space, even peek down? Is there some space between the toes? So again, whether you're hearing cues around what to do with your feet or not, can you at least have that little reminder in your head, wait, are my toes opened up? Can I feel my feet on the ground? Are my fingers opened up? Where is my head in space? Is my spine neutral right now, or can I feel some movement in any direction? And that is such a great way to approach all of these other postures. And if you need to go back and watch this video time and time again, I trust that it'll be a great place to return back to the basics so you can continue to move forward in your practice. We'll see you next time. Thank you. Namaste.